For many decades, the United Church congregation at Tung met in this house of worship. It was a nice building, but was showing signs of age. The roof and iron posts were getting rusty from the constant salt air of the ocean. Some of the ceiling panels had fallen off over the years because of the high humidity. The church building was still constantly used, primarily for worship every Sunday and throughout the week, but also for community events like the community preschool graduation. It was not unusual to see the church full of people and hear the activities. Even Bible translation and other events happened in the church. The old steel and cement rain tank was used by many in the village as a source of water. Despite the many signs of age, the building was the center of the community. It was a stately house of worship built by the beach, but a new building was needed. In 2015, a new temporary church building was erected so that the old church site could be used for constructing a new building. This temporary facility is quite nice in and of itself, but a little small for the needs of this growing community. It was built with a thatch roof, but in such a way that it could eventually be given a metal roof and be used for Sunday school and other church purposes. For 7 years, this new facility served most of the community as the primary place of worship. It is beautiful and functional, even as a basic building. It was also right next door to the old church building, which was eventually torn down. At this point, it is appropriate to mention the late Billy Borrow, who served as the driving force behind making this project happen. For a number of years before the project started, he gathered support, and then he saw it through to design and completion. He passed away in 2023 after the new church building was dedicated. Once the old church was demolished, there was a big gap in the village. Materials were gathered and timber milled, including the 16 giant posts that were to serve as the main supports of the new building. The old foundation was broken up to use as fill in the new foundation, and was piled around the area for ready access. A few years later, the new building went up on the same site as the old church, only facing a different direction. It was clearly going to be much larger, and was obviously a handsome design as it began to take shape. The outside was covered with structural steel, and the interior was made with a thoroughly modern design, with nods to the old church, like the similar entrance in the back. The side windows look out over the village on one side, and, importantly for the breeze, the ocean on the other side. As construction progressed, the iconic look of the new church became obvious, and it rapidly became a new landmark in the village, even before completion. The project was bigger than just the church building, though. The beach near the church was extended with a seawall, and a new community building was constructed on the shore for community dinners and other events. The new church building was dedicated in 2022 at the centenary celebration of the first missionaries coming to the west coast of Buka Island. It stands today as a functional and elegant landmark in the middle of Tung village, and is a great place to worship and gather as a church body. Praise God for what He has done.